Friends, seekers of destiny, fellow architects of our own magnificent lives, I welcome you to a discourse that transcends the ordinary, a journey into the very heart of human potential. We stand at the precipice of greatness, each of us holding within the power to sculpt a reality that mirrors our most audacious dreams. Yet so often we find ourselves adrift, our aspirations dimmed by the relentless currents of daily existence. What if the greatest conspiracy against our success isn't some grand external force, but the accumulation of subtle, insidious habits that day by day erode our focus, diminish our drive, and stifle the boundless capabilities residing within? These, my friends, are the unseen saboteurs of our progress, the silent destroyers of our grandest ambitions. But today that ends. Today we bring these shadowy forces into the light, disarm their power, and reclaim our rightful inheritance of a life lived with purpose, passion, and unparalleled achievement. First, let us confront the cunning adversary known as the habit of distraction. In this age of incessant stimulation, our attention is a precious commodity, constantly under siege. The allure of instant gratification, the endless stream of notifications, the seductive pull of trivial pursuits, these are the thieves that rob us of our focus, fragment our efforts, and dilute our effectiveness. Every moment spent chasing fleeting distractions is a moment stolen from our destiny, a precious opportunity squandered on the altar of the inconsequential. The successful individual, the master of their fate, cultivates an unwavering discipline of focus. They become the gatekeepers of their attention, fiercely guarding it against the intrusions of the trivial. They understand that true productivity is not about doing more, but about doing what matters most with unwavering concentration. Therefore, I implore you to become the vigilant guardians of your focus. Prioritize ruthlessly, eliminate distractions mercilessly, and devote your mental energies to the vital tasks that propel you towards your definite chief aim. Second, we must address the habit of fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. Fear in its myriad forms is the great paralyzer of human potential. It whispers doubts into our ears, paints terrifying scenarios in our minds, and convinces us to shrink from challenges, to play it safe, to settle for a life far below our true capabilities. But understand this, fear is a phantom, an illusion, a self-imposed prison that can only confine us if we grant it permission. Every great achievement in human history was born from the courage to confront fear, to step into the unknown, to venture beyond the boundaries of the familiar. The successful individual does not eliminate fear, but they master it. They recognize that fear is often a signpost pointing towards growth, an indicator that they are on the verge of something extraordinary. Therefore, cultivate the courage to defy fear, to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, and to act in spite of the doubts that may arise within. Third, let us tackle the habit of negative self-talk and limiting beliefs. The conversations we have with ourselves, the stories we tell ourselves about our own capabilities, wield immense power over the course of our lives. Negative self-talk, those insidious whispers of doubt, inadequacy, and self-criticism can erode our self-confidence, sabotage our efforts, and imprison us in a cage of self-imposed limitations. Limiting beliefs, those deeply ingrained assumptions about what is possible for us, can act as invisible barriers, preventing us from even attempting to pursue our grandest ambitions. The successful individual becomes the conscious author of their inner narrative. They challenge negative self-talk, replacing it with affirmations of self-worth, resilience, and unwavering belief in their potential. They dismantle limiting beliefs, replacing them with empowering convictions about the boundless possibilities that lie before them. Therefore, cultivate a positive inner dialogue. Affirm your strengths, challenge your doubts, and embrace the empowering belief that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. Fourth, we must confront the habit of inconsistency and lack of perseverance. The path to success is rarely a smooth, linear progression. It is often a winding road filled with obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt. The habit of inconsistency, of starting strong but fading quickly, of giving up at the first sign of difficulty, is a sure recipe for mediocrity. Lack of perseverance, the inability to stay the course despite challenges will inevitably lead to unfulfilled potential. The successful individual cultivates the virtue of unwavering perseverance. They understand that setbacks are not failures, but valuable learning experiences. They embrace the power of consistent action, knowing that small, persistent efforts compounded over time yield extraordinary results. Therefore, develop the tenacity to stay the course, to bounce back from setbacks, and to maintain unwavering commitment to your goals even when the path ahead seems daunting. Fifth, let us address the habit of isolation and the failure to cultivate empowering relationships. No one achieves greatness in isolation. We are social creatures, and our success is often intertwined with the quality of our relationships. The habit of isolation, of withdrawing from others, of failing to build meaningful connections, can deprive us of valuable support, mentorship, and collaboration. The failure to cultivate empowering relationships, to surround ourselves with individuals who inspire, challenge, and uplift us, can limit our growth and hinder our progress. The successful individual understands the power of collaboration and the importance of surrounding themselves with a mastermind, a group of like-minded individuals who share a common purpose and support each other's success. They cultivate relationships based on mutual respect, trust, and a shared commitment to growth. Therefore, actively seek out mentors, collaborators, and friends who inspire you, challenge you, and believe in your potential. Build a network of support that empowers you to reach greater heights than you could ever achieve alone. 6. We must confront the habit of settling for good enough and failing to strive for excellence. Mediocrity is the enemy of greatness. The habit of settling for good enough, of accepting average results, of failing to push ourselves to our full potential is a betrayal of the extraordinary capabilities that lie dormant within each of us. The fear of failure, the comfort of the familiar, and the lack of a compelling vision can all contribute to this insidious habit. The successful individual is driven by a relentless pursuit of excellence. They are not content with average, they strive for mastery. They understand that true fulfillment comes not from achieving a destination, but from the continuous process of growth and improvement. Therefore, cultivate a burning desire for excellence in all that you do. Set audacious goals, challenge yourself to exceed your own expectations, and never stop striving to become the best version of yourself. 7th, let us address the habit of neglecting continuous learning and personal development. The world is in a constant state of flux. Knowledge evolves, technologies advance, and new opportunities emerge at an accelerating pace. The habit of neglecting continuous learning, of failing to stay abreast of new developments, of clinging to outdated knowledge and skills is a recipe for obsolescence. Personal development, the ongoing process of improving oneself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, is essential for sustained growth and fulfillment. The successful individual is a lifelong learner. They embrace a growth mindset, constantly seeking new knowledge, acquiring new skills, and expanding their horizons. They invest in their personal development, understanding that their greatest asset is their own mind. Therefore, cultivate a thirst for knowledge, embrace continuous learning, and dedicate yourself to the ongoing process of personal development. Read voraciously, attend seminars, seek out mentors, and never stop expanding your capabilities. 8th, we must confront the habit of failing to take decisive action and seize opportunities. Opportunity is like a fleeting moment. It arrives, and if not seized with swiftness and decisiveness, it vanishes, often forever. The habit of hesitation, of procrastination, of overthinking can cause us to miss out on golden opportunities, leaving us with regrets and a sense of unfulfilled potential. Decisive action, the ability to make prompt decisions and act upon them with confidence, is a hallmark of the successful individual. The successful individual cultivates the courage to take calculated risks, to seize opportunities when they arise, and to act decisively even in the face of uncertainty. They understand that inaction is often more costly than making a mistake. Therefore, develop the ability to make prompt decisions, trust your intuition, and act with boldness and conviction. Remember, fortune favors the bold, and the world rewards those who dare to seize their moment. 9th, and finally, let us address the habit of living without a definite chief aim and a compelling vision for the future. A life without a definite chief aim is like a ship without a rudder, drifting aimlessly at the mercy of the currents. A compelling vision, a clear and inspiring picture of the future you desire to create, provides direction, purpose, and motivation. The habit of living without these essential elements can lead to a life of unfulfilled potential, a sense of emptiness, and a nagging feeling that you are not living up to your true calling. The successful individual is guided by a definite chief aim, a burning desire that fuels their actions and propels them towards their goals. They have a vivid vision of their ideal future, a compelling picture that inspires them to overcome obstacles and persevere through challenges. Therefore, take the time to define your definite chief aim, to articulate your most audacious dreams, and to create a compelling vision for your future. Let this vision guide your decisions, inspire your actions, and fuel your unwavering pursuit of greatness. My friends, the journey to self-mastery is not a destination, but a continuous evolution, a lifelong process of growth, refinement, and conscious creation. It is a journey that demands courage, discipline, perseverance, and an unwavering belief in your own potential, but the rewards are immeasurable. A life of purpose, passion, fulfillment, and the profound satisfaction of knowing that you are living up to your true calling. Therefore, I leave you with this final impassioned call to action. Embrace your power, reclaim your destiny, and become the architect of your own magnificent life. Cultivate unwavering focus, become the master of your attention, and eliminate the distractions that steal your precious time and energy. Confront fear with courage, recognize fear as an illusion, and act in spite of it, knowing that growth lies beyond the boundaries of your comfort zone. Transform your inner dialogue. Replace negative self-talk with affirmations of self-worth and unwavering belief in your potential. Embrace the power of perseverance. Develop the tenacity to stay the course, to bounce back from setbacks, and to maintain unwavering commitment to your goals. Build empowering relationships. Surround yourself with mentors, collaborators, and friends who inspire you, challenge you, and support your growth. Strive for excellence in all that you do. Reject mediocrity and pursue mastery with relentless passion and unwavering dedication. Commit to lifelong learning. Cultivate a thirst for knowledge and embrace continuous personal development as a key to sustained success. Take decisive action. Seize opportunities with boldness and conviction, and understand that inaction is often more costly than making a mistake. Define your definite chief aim. Create a compelling vision for your future, and let it guide your actions and inspire your unwavering pursuit of greatness. The power to create an extraordinary life lies within each and every one of you. Awaken it, nurture it, and unleash it upon the world. Your time is now. Your journey begins today. Go forth and create a masterpiece of your life. Friends, fellow architects of a life not merely dreamt, but deliberately constructed, we have laid the cornerstone of our understanding, recognizing the paramount importance of a focused mind, a courageous spirit, a positive inner dialogue, unwavering perseverance, empowering relationships, a relentless pursuit of excellence, a commitment to lifelong learning, decisive action, and a guiding vision. These are the fundamental principles, the non-negotiable prerequisites for transforming aspiration into tangible achievement. But our journey would be incomplete, even perilous, if we failed to navigate the treacherous undercurrents of self-sabotage, those subtle yet potent habits that can silently erode the very foundations of our progress. It is not enough to simply embrace empowering principles. We must also become acutely aware of and resolutely dismantle the insidious patterns of thought and behavior that can hold us captive, preventing us from realizing the extraordinary potential that resides within. Let us now turn our attention to some of the most prevalent, yet often unrecognized, culprits that can undermine our ascent to mastery. First, the insidious habit of making excuses. Excuses are the self-inflicted wounds of the ambitious, the convenient justifications we conjure to rationalize inaction, rationalize mediocrity, rationalize our failure to rise to the challenge. Every excuse we offer is a subtle admission of defeat, a quiet surrender to the limitations we ourselves have constructed. They are the comfortable lies we tell ourselves, shielding us from the temporary discomfort of effort, but ultimately imprisoning us in a life of unfulfilled potential. The successful individual, the master of their destiny, casts aside the crutch of excuses. They embrace responsibility, understanding that they are the sole architects of their outcomes. They view obstacles not as insurmountable barriers, but as challenges to be overcome, opportunities to demonstrate their resilience and resourcefulness. Therefore, I implore you to banish excuses from your vocabulary and your mindset. Embrace ownership, take responsibility for your circumstances, and channel the energy you once devoted to justification into purposeful action. Second, we must confront the debilitating habit of comparison. The tendency to constantly compare ourselves to others to measure our own progress against the perceived achievements of those around us is a toxic habit that breeds envy, resentment, and a profound sense of inadequacy. Comparison is a thief of joy, a distorter of perspective, and a potent inhibitor of our own unique journey. It blinds us to our own strengths, discounts our own progress, and distracts us from our own unique path. The successful individual understands that life is not a race against others, but a personal journey of growth and self-mastery. They focus their energy not on the achievements of others, but on their own continuous improvement. They celebrate their own milestones, learn from their own setbacks, and remain steadfastly committed to their own unique vision. Therefore, I urge you to break free from the shackles of comparison. Focus on your own progress, celebrate your own victories, and remain true to your own unique path. Third, let us address the self-defeating habit of complaint. Complaining is a futile exercise in negativity, a draining of vital energy that yields no positive results. It focuses our attention on what we lack, amplifies our frustrations, and creates a toxic environment for ourselves and those around us. The habit of complaint transforms us into victims of circumstance, powerless to effect change, and blinds us to the opportunities that may lie hidden within our challenges. The successful individual understands that energy flows where attention goes. They choose to focus their mental and emotional resources not on lamenting their circumstances, but on identifying solutions and taking proactive steps to improve their situation. They cultivate an attitude of gratitude, recognizing the blessings in their lives, and channel their energy into constructive action. Therefore, I implore you to silence the voice of complaint. Cultivate an attitude of gratitude. Focus on solutions rather than problems, and channel your energy into creating the positive changes you desire. Fourth, we must confront the insidious habit of seeking instant gratification. In a world that bombards us with immediate pleasures and instant solutions, the ability to delay gratification, to prioritize long-term rewards over short-term pleasures, is a critical differentiator between those who achieve lasting success and those who remain trapped in a cycle of fleeting satisfaction. The habit of seeking instant gratification leads to impulsive decisions, a lack of focus on long-term goals, and a susceptibility to distractions that derail our progress. The successful individual cultivates the discipline of delayed gratification. They understand that significant achievements often require sustained effort and a willingness to forego immediate pleasures for greater rewards in the future. They prioritize their long-term vision over short-term temptations and exercise the self-control necessary to stay focused on their ultimate goals. Therefore, I urge you to cultivate the discipline of delayed gratification. Prioritize your long-term vision, resist the allure of instant pleasures, and exercise the self-control necessary to stay focused on your path to lasting success. Fifth, let us address the subtle yet potent habit of resisting change. Change is an inevitable and constant force in the universe. To resist change is to resist progress, to cling to the familiar even when it no longer serves us, and to become increasingly out of sync with the evolving world around us. The habit of resisting change breeds rigidity, limits our adaptability, and prevents us from seizing new opportunities for growth and advancement. The successful individual embraces change as an opportunity for learning, innovation, and reinvention. They cultivate a flexible mindset, adapt readily to new circumstances, and view challenges brought about by change as opportunities to develop new skills and perspectives. Therefore, I urge you to cultivate a mindset of adaptability, embrace change as a constant, be open to new ideas and approaches, and view challenges as opportunities for growth and innovation. Sixth, we must confront the self-limiting habit of neglecting your well-being. Your mind and body are the instruments through which you navigate the world and pursue your aspirations. Neglecting their care is akin to attempting to build a magnificent edifice on a crumbling foundation. The habits of poor nutrition, insufficient rest, lack of physical activity, and unmanaged stress relentlessly erode your energy levels, impair your cognitive function, and diminish your overall resilience. The successful individual understands that optimal performance requires a holistic approach, recognizing the vital interconnectedness of mind, body, and spirit. They cultivate the habits of nourishing their body with wholesome foods, prioritizing adequate and restorative sleep, engaging in regular physical activity that invigorates both their body and mind, and implementing effective strategies for managing stress and cultivating inner peace. Therefore, I urge you to prioritize your well-being, embrace the habits of self-care, recognizing that a healthy mind and body are essential prerequisites for sustained success and fulfillment. Seventh, let us address the rudderless habit of living without a definite purpose. As a ship without a compass is tossed about by the unpredictable currents of the sea, so too is a life without a clearly defined purpose adrift in a sea of endless possibilities, yet achieving nothing of significance. The habit of living without a definite purpose leads to scattered efforts, a lack of direction, and a profound sense of unfulfilled potential. The successful individual is guided by a burning desire, a clearly articulated, definite chief aim that serves as their unwavering North Star. This purpose provides focus, direction, and unwavering motivation. Therefore, I urge you to take the time for deep introspection, to identify your core values and your ultimate aspirations, and to define your definite chief aim with clarity and conviction. Let this purpose guide your decisions, fuel your actions, and become the unwavering foundation upon which you build your extraordinary life. Finally, and with the full force of my conviction, let us confront the ultimate tragedy, the habit of underestimating your own magnificent potential. You possess a wellspring of untapped capabilities, a boundless reservoir of talent and ingenuity waiting to be unleashed. The habit of underestimating yourself, of believing that your dreams are too big or your capabilities too limited, is the most formidable barrier to your success. The successful individual recognizes their inherent worth and believes implicitly in their own potential. They dare to dream big, to set audacious goals, and to act with the unwavering conviction that they are capable of achieving anything they set their mind to. Therefore, I implore you to shatter the shackles of self-doubt. Recognize the extraordinary power that resides within you. Embrace your unique talents and capabilities, and step boldly into the magnificent future that awaits. Believe in yourself with unwavering conviction, and the impossible will become your new reality. My friends, the journey to self-mastery is not a passive reception of favorable circumstances, but an active, conscious, and ongoing process of self-cultivation. It is a journey that demands courage, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to growth. But the rewards, a life of purpose, achievement, and profound fulfillment, are immeasurable. Therefore, I issue to each and every one of you a profound and deeply personal call to action. Begin today to dismantle these limiting habits and consciously cultivate the empowering principles of success. Embrace the power of focus, courage, positive self-talk, perseverance, empowering relationships, excellence, continuous learning, decisive action, a definite purpose, and unwavering self-belief. The symphony of your potential is waiting to be conducted. The instruments are your thoughts, your actions, and your unwavering commitment to growth. The conductor is you. The time to begin is now. Go forth and create the extraordinary life that is rightfully yours.